The Gestapo, short for Geheime Staatspolizei, was Nazi Germany's secret state police and one of the most feared organizations of World War II. Created in 1933 under Hermann Göring and later placed under Heinrich Himmler and Reinhard Heydrich, the Gestapo's mission was to eliminate political opposition, enforce loyalty to the Nazi regime, and suppress dissent. They relied on a vast network of informants and brutal interrogation techniques. Ordinary citizens could be arrested on suspicion alone, often ending up in concentration camps like Dachau or Auschwitz. During the war, the Gestapo expanded into occupied countries such as France, Poland, and the Netherlands, coordinating with local collaborators to dismantle resistance groups like the French Maquis and the Polish Home Army. They intercepted mail, conducted mass roundups, and tracked underground networks with chilling efficiency. After Germany's defeat, the Gestapo was officially disbanded, and many leaders, including Heydrich and other high-ranking officials, were tried and executed for war crimes. Japan's Kempeitai acted as both military and secret police for the Japanese Empire. Established in 1881 and militarized during the Second Sino-Japanese War, the Kempeitai were notorious for torture, forced labor, and harsh punishments. They monitored civilians in Korea, Taiwan, China, and Southeast Asia, suppressing anti-Japanese sentiment and resistance. In occupied territories, the Kempeitai ran prisons and interrogation centers where spies, dissidents, and local resistance members were imprisoned and often executed. They also conducted intelligence operations against Allied forces, gathering information on movements, supply lines, and communications. After Japan surrendered in 1945, the Kempeitai was officially disbanded, and many officers were tried for atrocities, including the use of chemical weapons and the mistreatment of prisoners of war. The Soviet Union's NKVD, or People's Commissariat for Internal Affairs, was a major security and intelligence organization under Joseph Stalin. Led by figures such as Lavrenti Beria, the NKVD conducted political purges, ran the Gulag labor camp system, and oversaw counterintelligence operations during the war. They were responsible for hunting Nazi spies, securing Soviet military secrets, and deploying partisans behind German lines. NKVD agents played a role in major operations, including the Katyn massacre, and were involved in suppressing uprisings in occupied territories like Poland and the Baltic states. The organization combined ruthless internal enforcement with international intelligence, shaping Soviet control over both the home front and occupied regions. After World War II, the NKVD evolved into the KGB, which became central to Soviet espionage throughout the Cold War. Britain's MI5, or the Security Service, focused on domestic counterintelligence, protecting the United Kingdom from German espionage. Led by Sir Vernon Kell and later by Sir David Petrie, MI5 identified enemy agents, including members of the Abwehr and other Axis spy networks. During World War II, MI5 successfully ran the double-cross system, turning German spies like José Estelle Key and Arthur Owens into double agents. Their work fed false intelligence to Germany, misdirecting the enemy about Allied plans, including the Normandy invasion. MI5 also coordinated with MI6, Bletchley Park codebreakers, and local police to monitor potential subversives. Its operations were secret at the time, but are now credited with protecting the home front and contributing to Allied success. Britain's Government Code and Cipher School, GC&CS, based at Bletchley Park, was the epicenter of Allied code-breaking. Mathematicians, linguists, and analysts, including Alan Turing, Gordon Welchman, and Joan Clark, worked to decrypt Axis communications. They famously broke the German Enigma and Lorenz ciphers, providing vital intelligence that shortened the war by an estimated 2 years. GC&CS analyzed intercepted radio traffic, produced ultra-intelligence, and directly informed Allied military operations, including the Battle of the Atlantic and D-Day. The organization's secrecy was absolute, and its accomplishments were only revealed decades later. After the war, GC&CS became GCHQ, continuing Britain's signals intelligence legacy. Germany's Abwehr was the military intelligence branch of the Wehrmacht, led by Admiral Wilhelm Canaris, focused on espionage, sabotage, and counterintelligence. The Abwehr operated networks across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Despite being part of the Nazi regime, many Abwehr officers secretly opposed Hitler, including Hans Oster, Friedrich Olbricht, and Ludwig Beck, some of whom were involved in the 20 July plot to assassinate Hitler in 1944. The Abwehr gathered intelligence on Allied troop movements, organized sabotage missions behind enemy lines, and attempted to influence neutral governments. Its effectiveness was limited by internal rivalry with the SS, Gestapo, and Sicherheitsdienst, SD. In 1944, after the failed coup, the Abwehr was absorbed into the RSHA under the SS, ending its independent operations. The Office of Strategic Services, OSS, established by William J. Donovan in 1942, was the United States' first centralized intelligence agency. The OSS conducted espionage, sabotage, and support for resistance movements in Europe, Asia, and North Africa. Notable agents included Virginia Hall, known as the Limping Lady, and William Donovan himself, who coordinated intelligence efforts with the SOE. The OSS trained operatives in parachuting, hand-to-hand combat, and code-breaking, and conducted missions to disrupt German and Japanese operations. They gathered critical intelligence on troop movements, supply lines, and political dynamics, providing actionable insights for Allied commanders. After the war, the OSS was disbanded, but its methods, personnel, and experience directly shaped the creation of the CIA. The Special Operations Executive, SOE, created by Winston Churchill in 1940, conducted sabotage and resistance operations across Nazi-occupied Europe. Under leaders like Major General Colin Gubbins, the SOE trained thousands of agents in espionage, demolition, and guerrilla tactics. Agents such as Violette Szabo, Noor Inayat Khan, and Odette Sansom carried out dangerous missions behind enemy lines, coordinating with resistance networks in France, Belgium, and Norway. They sabotaged railways, factories, and communication networks, disrupted supply lines, and provided intelligence for major Allied operations. The SOE operated in secrecy and often relied on local support, enabling effective resistance without large-scale military deployment. Its success laid the foundation for modern special forces and covert operations.